This has never happened before in the history of Nigeria as a country. Never, even under military regime, it never happened that a Southerner would dedicate himself, would volunteer himself to become a suicide bomber, to take out a certain president. It has never happened. We only saw the 4 brave young men who hijacked a plane when they annulled the election of Abiola. That was not a suicide mission. They hijacked the plane and they diverted the plane. They were not going to crash land. That was not a suicide mission. But this person has said that he's willing to give up himself to blow up a certain president. I'm being careful with my words because some careless talks might land you in serious trouble. For the fact that you have freedom of speech does not mean that you can really say things that you might not mean or you cannot do. On Twitter, this young man says, I'm reading, I'll be bringing out receipts so that you can see this, where I got this information from. So I'm not making it up. If this country gets worse and they need a suicide bomber to take out this president, I will joyfully volunteer myself and it will be very deadly. This is what the young man said. He is going to volunteer himself as a suicide bomber to take out president. He did not mention the name of the president, but he was actually replying to APC UK Twitter handle. And you know APC, they talk about some of the policies, the giant strides of the president. They are supporting the president, irrespective of the fact that they know that people are going through excruciating pain and hardship. So this guy, probably out of anger or out of frustration, he's volunteering himself to become a suicide bomber to take out this president. That's what he said. He says, I will joyfully volunteer myself and it will be very deadly. It may surprise you. For those that are watching this broadcast or this content, if you're watching this content, I believe that so many people are frustrated in Nigeria. If you are in the United Kingdom, you are in the US, you are in Europe or in Asia, wherever you are, and you think when we go on the streets and we see what people are facing, man, people are facing hell under this regime. We thought that Buhari was even when there was COVID-19, people did not suffer like this. The other time, a kilo of turkey, half kilo of turkey, was 2,200. 3 days later, it increased with extra 200, 2,500. So the things that the average Nigerian could afford for his meal is increasing every day. Every day by day, they are increasing. Those are the customs are busy, all sort of charges and everything, making it unbearable for the people. Most people, their salaries are not increased with the increased hardship. They don't know where to move on to. Some of these people that work in banks, because the guy, after we made a research where he came from, he actually had something to do with the FCMB, a bank. That means he's a banker making such a statement. Many people are calling for his head. I know who will call for his head. Many people. I will condemn such a statement. But let's look at the foundation. What will have warranted this guy to take this step, to say this thing? What will have made him to come and say that he wants to volunteer himself? A Southerner, not even a Northerner, because in a North you will find so many of these people's persons that can. There were suicide bombings by Boko Haram, suicide bombing, women and children volunteer themselves because of the religious ideology to kill themselves prevalently in the North. This is not a religious matter. This is somebody from the South. That's why I said I've never seen this in my life, never experienced it in my life. That a Southerner will say, I want to go for volunteer myself to become a suicide bomber, to bomb a certain president. He did not mention names, so I will not mention the names he's mentioning, but I'm making the connection. He's replying to APC United Kingdom Twitter handle. I know the APC should be talking about Nigeria. If it's APC or Progressive Congress, we know that most of the tweet is on what the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing and everything. So if you want to connect it that he's saying, because I'm not going to implicate him, he would have to be serious with what he said. If you are going to open your mouth to say anything, you must take responsibility of what you have said. As well as I am speaking here, whatever I say, I take responsibility. If it's to give my life for a cause, it is paramount. To stand for what I believe in, I can give up my life. I don't send, I don't care. I'm a Christian, and a Christian, a righteous person, a Christian is not afraid of death. So far, he's standing on the right path. The reasons why we see Nigerians are afraid, especially our Christians are afraid, to stand against this tyranny called leadership, these evil people, is because they themselves, they are afraid of what? A Christian. So I stand and I say what I mean what I say. When I say what I'm saying, people from a particular region were attacking the young man, saying that they will make sure that they take the young man to a place whereby he will not get back again. But I want to say, just a few days ago, Asari Dokubo threatened to shoot down federal government helicopters, which he claimed they were hovering around his compound. He threatened to shoot them down. That was a threat. If I look at what this guy said, what he said was a threat. Actually, he did not call anybody's name, but you are going to assume that he's talking to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Assumption, because he's a Nigerian complaining about the hardship in Nigeria, and most of his tweets, the guy might have a mental issue. Most of his tweets are, when I went through the guy's page and I saw some of the things the guy had been saying, I think he's a tech guy. One night he said that he had nothing to eat, he had just to drink Gary, and that was frustrating. That was very frustrating. You'll be surprised that under this regime, you might find so many people having such thoughts. This person is desperate to take out evil leaders. But the way he's going about it, it is left to him. Somebody that wants to become a suicide bomber to take out a president, and he said it will be deadly. You'll be surprised that there are so many people like this in the South because of the hardship we have in the land today. You see, some of these guys, these leaders, these politicians, they don't understand what people are going through. You think people are just... I know of people and families that are having issues with their marriages because of the man is not able to keep up to his responsibility. The woman is giving up. Most of our young ladies are into hookup and all sort of things. Young guys, now the prevalent thing is just fraud. And the police, they don't care. Or if they can just stop a young man and the man settles them, the man can go free and continue his fraudulent activity. So the society is bastardized. Things are getting hard, out of reach. Nigerians cannot cope anymore. So what's the essence of you becoming a banker and you're collecting 50,000, and the 50,000 is all for transportation? From 185 price of fuel to 1,100. Companies are closing up. People are losing their minds. There is so much mental instability. Psychiatric hospitals should be set up all over Nigeria because people are getting crazy. When you go to the street, you see that more beggars, more official beggars are on the streets. More official beggars are on the streets. And the government is saying, I feel your pains. Look at somebody that is threatening to kill himself, become a suicide bomber, to destroy the presidency. Some people, if you see the wish Nigerians have for the political leaders, God should not allow you to listen to the minds of Nigerians, what Nigerians are thinking, the evil Nigerians are thinking against these politicians. There is no sympathy whatsoever. There's no sympathy. Look at how people were dragging for bread in Lagos Island. You know what Lagos Island? When you say Lagos Island, you don't talk about a place that is much more. This place was much more civilized than other areas, other places in Lagos. The people in this civilized area are dragging for crumbs, mothers and fathers. people's fathers and mothers. The way the poverty has gone. Bread. You know what it means? Bread. People are lining up, struggling because of bread. And if useless APC guys, they were taking videos and somebody had to post it. What a shame. There are so many people like that in the north. You see the last protest, they were so active. Usually in the past, the north wasn't as active as they were under Tinubu's government. Whether you call that they are being sponsored or not, somebody must have to facilitate a protest. That is normal. So whether they are being sponsored or not, that does not hold water. People are hungry. People are garnishing. People are going through a lot. Going through a lot. Sometimes I want to help. I cannot help. I'm limited. And there's one thing about giving people money on the streets. You give them first time, they come second time, third, fourth. They just see you as a source. When you don't have to give to them, it becomes a problem. It is too much. But the president will close his heart. You go and build 21 billion naira residence for VP when we are in austerity measures. Alleged buying of yacht, jets, and fleet, almost $1 billion. You cannot. They don't send you. Go and die. Many people are threatening this guy. Some people are saying that if you are going to, because the APC United Kingdom page, they tagged the police, the DSS, they tagged every of the security agencies against what this guy has said because it's dangerous. This guy might, because they would assume, if they are tagging the police, they will assume that he's talking about the president. Suicide bombing on the president. That's what, because tagging the police on that tweet and threatening the boy that he's going to rot in jail. That means they are insinuating that tweet was for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, if you know what Nigerians have, if Nigerians have the opportunity to do some things, I tell you, they have so many evil intentions against the presidency, against lawmakers, against all our leaders. The intentions they have against them, man, is more evil than evil itself. I met somebody, said he just needs an opportunity to meet one of these politicians, that he will pour out his heart for them. He will make sure that he attacks them. People are saying it, people are just saying it randomly because of the frustration, because of everything. And these same people, and there are some people somewhere still standing strong for this particular government, because an average Nigerian is selfish because you have little to survive. You don't care whether the other person is surviving. So far you can feed your family small. On Tinubu's mandate you stand. It will be better. It will be better. It will be better. It will be better within one from 185 to 1,000. Refinery work 4 times. You lied. 4 times you lied that Port Harcourt refinery was going to work. 4 times. It's all on the media. You are going to pay NYSC students. You are going to implement minimum wage. To what extent? You see, when the government talk, people want to put trust in what the government is saying. At the end of the day, somebody posted on social media that he got 33,000 instead of the proposed 77,000. By God 3 against the tribe. Urbanization of appointments and everything. Nothing. During campaign, you didn't attend debate, you didn't tell people what you wanted, you just bastardize everything. And you want to blame the young man for making such statement. That's why some people in Lebanon refuse coming back to Nigeria. People in Lebanon refuse coming to Nigeria because they prefer to die. If it gets to a point whereby a Southerner, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying, a Southerner will make up his mind that he wants to kill himself just to send a message to Nigerian leaders. If they are looking for people that will go for suicide bombing, that he will be volunteering himself, that when he finishes his job, it will be deadly. That means he's willing to give up his life to eliminate bad leaders. to eliminate evil and bad leaders. I know the police and DSS will be on his trail because that's the normal thing they do. We see politicians that are doing all sorts. Asari Dokubo is there. He threatened to kill Igbos. He brought out his gun. They will not go after him. So no more threatening the whole tribe. Nobody will go after him because we always see selective justice. Look at the elections in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State. Just this time that the police were not involved in the elections, it was free and fair. The people were satisfied. The police was not involved in the elections. The police, which is supposed to provide security, when we say that people are much more safe with armed robbers than the police. You have not met some haggard-looking policemen at the checkpoint by the middle of the night. They can take advantage of. Look at how they extorted 1 million naira from NYSC students. So many of these things have been happening. That's why we had the NSAS protests. People are no more safe with the police, with the judiciary, with INEC, with the government. Everything, people are tired of the government. Only a few people are just shouting, making noise, going on social media, making noise. The reality on the ground, you have seen it now. Something that has never happened before. Somebody had that in his mind and boldly went on social media and typed it and posted it, knowing the dangers, knowing the kind of place that we are in, that there's selective judgment and justice, that any sort of statement against the presidency, man, you are going in for it. Although he did not mention the name of the president or the country, he did not mention anybody's name. Although he was replying to APC United Kingdom, I don't know how they are going to trace it to him that he is actually talking to the president. Maybe they might intimidate him and make him confess and do a statement. That's what the DSS can do. The DSS can go and pick him up and start they can do. It's possible. They will torture you to confess what you don't intend to say. They will torture you to the extent that you will now conform to what they want you to say. Okay, what I'm saying is about the president, but let me look at that tweet very well. He was not talking about the president. He said, if this country gets worse and they need a suicide bomber to take out this president, I will joyfully volunteer myself, and it will be very deadly. I applied studying law, but the lawyer should handle this. Somebody is saying that I pray you make it out of this mess you landed yourself in. Let's focus now. Let's just focus. Some of these Southwesterners, they are attacking the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, Nuhu Ribadu, the police, the DSS. They are tagging on the street. They are tagging. Just few hours ago, they are tagging this tweet that this young man posted. And the young man, well, I pity for those that are not seen far. Those that want to be deceived. 8 years of Buhari, some people supported Buhari, 8 years. And they still went on and they continued with a Tinubu government. And this is what we are seeing. People are willing to die just to kill somebody. Umasheo. See, I don't know what to say. I don't even have anything to say. Somebody said, in as much we all know APC is a failure to Nigeria, causing more hardship to Nigerians, but this guy really went too far. It is not everything that man's supposed to say online. I pray God help him through, because I know he's already in hot soup. That's the institution of Nigerians, that this guy is already in hot soup. Let's leave our focus, move our focus out from this guy. We know that this guy can do nothing. We know that he doesn't have the opportunity. He won't have the opportunity to get close to the president in the first place. No suicide bomber will have opportunity. Let's just take out this as just a trivial whatever. Let's look at the suffering, the mental torture breadwinners, families are going through. If you're earning 200,000, you cannot sustain your family of 3. Not talk of those that have 5 children. Man, if it has got to this point, someone should just think of a better solution, which I'm bringing to you. Restructure Nigeria. See all these things we are talking. You, the Southwesterner, you think that Tinubu'S there is going to benefit you. It's a lie. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. After 8 years, it will be another person's turn. And what Tinubu has done, you see, it just takes one meeting or meeting with the person that wins the presidency. You just overturn everything. Just overnight, they can just change everything Tinubu has done. It just takes him 8 years. He can't rule forever. So if you think that you want to, because of Yoruba, it is, see, you are going to get, look at what is happening. You are going to get impoverished, and no headway. Your destiny will be stolen. We are all owing money that we didn't benefit from. Somebody just will steal the money. There cannot be a better solution than restructuring Nigeria. There's no other solution.